G'day everyone, and welcome to a lesson on applying gold leaf to a painting. This is what you call a mixed media painting, a mixture of acrylic paint, gold leaf and oil paint. The first question most people ask about working with gold leaf is, how expensive is it? The answer is quite simple, it's not expensive at all. A 10 by 10 centimetre piece of 24 karat gold leaf currently costs around $5 Australian. A small bottle of water-based gold size, which is a special glue to attach the gold leaf, costs about $12 Australian. There are special brushes to apply and burnish the gold leaf called gilder's mops, and they can be expensive, but you can get by with any old soft brush for the application and a stiff one for the burnishing. So, grab a canvas and sketch in your motive. Choose a subject that has the elements that look like they're made of gold. In this case, I've chosen a Bible-inspired subject based on a golden menorah and a real Bible with golden letters on the cover, and a few other parts that are made of gold. Enjoy! Okay, so I'm just blocking in the table, just put a bit of colour on the table, and get it just where I want it to build it up and start adding a bit of colour. I'll probably have to paint over this several times to get the colour I'm after. It's a bit of a pain having to paint around all this, but because I sketched it in first, yeah, I'll have to paint around all this menorah stand, and yeah, just keep refining it as I go. So what I want to do is going to be a lesson for gold leaf. So I'm going to have a bit of gold leaf obviously on this menorah stand, a little bit on this Bible. I'll put a bit here and there and around that frame. I don't know what I'm putting in there yet subject wise, but I'll find something nice that suits. So just painstakingly paint this table in. So this is just water, this is acrylic. I'll finish it off in oils, but I'll get this acrylic base down. It dries so quick and we can play with the colours and get it all looking just right. And then I can start applying the gold, and then after that we can glaze it and start applying oils and whatever. I'll paint over the gold later just to tone and get it all looking nice. So it should be an interesting little painting, this one. So the whole base was red, it was just a red canvas, and I just sketched it in, and I put that nice phthalo green type of a base behind, like background. So I feel that's going to make the gold jump. Nice dark colour like that. The gold should stand out really nicely against that green. So you can be rough as guts with this initial layers of acrylic. It dries so fast, and we keep painting over it until we get it just where we want it. So this is a old golf club. It's a 2 wood. I probably wrapped it around a tree or done something silly with it. So I use it as a mahl stick. That's M-A-H-L, mahl stick. Just takes the wobble. Takes my wobbly hand out of play. It helps me keep nice and steady. There we go. So I think I'm going to have a bit of a moon out here, up here somewhere probably, maybe there somewhere. So I'll have a bit of the moon and I'll put a bit of gold leaf on that and put some little bits of gold through the water. So I'll work on that. Might change my mind and change it around later. We'll see how it works out. All these colours are a little bit gloomy, mainly just so I can get that gold to really punch out with all these dark colours in the background. Yeah, I think that'll work well. Okay. So that's the plan. And like I said, with acrylic, you can be really rough. It doesn't matter. You can, if it looks horrible, come back and paint over it in 10 minutes once it's dry. So you can be nice and free with it. So if I pop a moon in here later on, and I'll gold leaf that, put those tiny little flecks of gold through the water maybe. Painted this Bible in so we can put a little bit of gold leaf on the sides of this and put the heading in there. We'll just have a play with it, see where it goes. Just dampen that brush. Yeah, so it's all water-based. You can get oil-based size, but we're working with this water-based. Okay, we always wash that out of your brush straight away because it'll wreck your brush if you leave it. It'll dry off pretty quick. Okay. just going to pop a tissue over there. Just give it a little brush on and make sure it's sticking in all the right spots. And voila. So once that dries off, I'll burnish it just with this dry little brush, nice soft brush. I'll scratch it all off, and it should stay just on where I've put the sides, just on the lettering. So let's see how we go. Okay, so I've just applied a little bit more to the moon, and I've put a few little reflections in the water. See how it looks. Don't forget, we can always paint over it to make a mess anyway. So I'll go ahead and attack this lampstand, the menorah. So instead of trying to do the whole lot in one hit, I'm just going to do this in sections. Got to make a mess. So I'll just do the center stand first. Okay, I'm not sure how dry this is, but we'll have a go. So burnishing, it just means, yeah, just brushing it off. So there we go. It works. How's that? We just brush all that off, get all the little frilly bits off. So quite often, because this is a coarse canvas, it's quite porous as well, so it might take a couple of applications sometimes. Other times you get it spot on the first go. That looks pretty good. There's a little tiny bit stuck on where I don't want it there, so I just get a bit of this background green and just put a spot over it to cover it. There we go. It's messy stuff, but it works. So we want to make sure we get all of the loose stuff off. Otherwise, when we glaze or varnish later, bits will come off and will go all over the place. So you want to make sure it's quite dry before you start burnishing all the gold off. So there you go. Look at that. Nice little bit of reflection, that beautiful little gold moon. So now I'll just keep playing around and put the rest on all these stems and wherever else I picked that I want it. Yeah, so we've just done a little bit here, a little bit there, otherwise it all gets too much. If I tried to do all of this in one hit, there's just gold paper everywhere, or the foil, the metal foil. So it's easier to do just, small pieces at a time until you get the feel and get the hang of it. So that's it. So that the size, wherever I applied it, that's where it's stuck. So everywhere else just brushes off. Beautiful. All right, I'll keep going. Start applying a bit more. Okay, so here we go. It looks a little bit messy, but I've done the rest of these stands here. We'll just brush all that off. Look at that. Got all this stuff coming off now. A little bit on there. Now some of this is leaked through and it's bled through a little bit, but I'll paint over and sharpen all that up with paint later on. There we go. So there's a few little bits that we've missed just here and there, but we come back and just reapply or do the little touch-ups where we need them. You've just got to make sure you get all the little fluffy bits off. So it does bleed out sometimes because of the coarse canvas, but we can fix that just by coming back and putting the little tiny little details back in. But look at that. So I'll go ahead and touch all this up now and just get them all the little bits I've missed. I'll just touch all those up, and then we can come back and start applying the oil paint, and I'll glaze it first and put some oil paint and put all our detail in, and it'll all come together. Okay, so now this is all done, it's all dry, everything's burnished off. We're finished with the acrylic aspect because the size that I used to hold the glue on, that was all water-based. Everything so far is acrylic and water-based. So what I'm going to do now is glaze a bit of color over it. That'll just tie everything in and just get it ready to accept the oils a little bit better. So I've got two colors mixed in here. It's a couple of transparent colors, some Indian yellow and some alizarin crimson. So I'm just thinning that down with a bit of mineral terps, and whoa, here we go. Look at that. So we're going to get a bit of this color all over, and that'll tone the bling down a little bit of the gold also. And that overall color will just tie the whole painting together. So it's not a real thick layer, and they're transparent colors, so they're not real full on impasto, they're just nice and thin. Yeah. So we've removed most of it, but as you can see, it's just left a stain, I guess, across the whole thing. Tissues. You see there's not a lot coming off now, but it's certainly stained, a beautiful glow. So I know this is all dark and gloomy, the background, but we'll make that gold really jump out. So now I'll just let that get a little bit tacky for a while, and I'll come along with the oils and we'll start adding some shadows and a few highlights, and we'll just try and tidy the whole thing up. So I've been able to paint the dark just over the dark side of this stem, and actually paint over the gold with this darker paint, so we can still just put our shadows over the gold like so, and that'll dry off no problem. So you can actually paint over it just to bring some small details back in.